This podcast is brought to you by Living Swell Studios. When you want to record your next hit, broadcast your next live stream, or just need a quiet space to edit your videos, Living Swell Studios can accommodate all your needs. Located in New Orleans, they're equipped with a rehearsal hall, print shop, photography space, and more. Living Swell is your one-stop shop to facilitating your vision. Let them fulfill your music and video dreams. Hey y'all, what's happening? This is the Professor Drew Bam coming at you with another episode of Drew's Putting It Out There. Give it up for my boy, Mr. Mubaka himself. Nights of the Caribbean.
Nights in the Caribbean. Nights in the Caribbean.
Mr. Jerry J. Blakk Henderson, y'all. Yes, indeed. And on my right, your left, formerly the Al Hammond of the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, and so now he's called the Black Stan Smith.
Morning USA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's that? How y'all doing?
Be on the lookout for him.
All that good stuff. All that good stuff.
Mr. Swerve
what's
Music
up,
himself,
what's up,
Mr. Rose B.
Jay?
Jenkins.
That's big brother baseline, bro.
Let go.
And big shout out to my boy Mike who working these angles now. That's what I'm talking about.
Mizzle.
Yeah, Mills.
Suave.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So let's get into it. Cause I know, well, you know, we have about 2 or 3 different deep dives into just one issue that came about over the last week. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about Mr. Kwame Brown. Now, just to go back, Kwame Brown was the first pick of the NBA draft in 2001. He was drafted by the newly Michael Jordan's Washington Wizards. Michael Jordan came out of retirement to play with the Wizards and with Kwame Brown. And, you know, much to dismay, it was just, you know, a bust by most basketball standards. He was, but we're gonna dive a little deeper into the what I want to say.
To the issue?
And the issue, you know, that Michael Jordan kind of created. Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's a circumstance, really.
So he was, and into his rookie contract, he was traded to the Lakers for Pau Gasol, who went 3rd in that same draft. To much dismay, you know, he went from the greatest player to ever play the game, Michael Jordan, to arguably the 2nd greatest player to ever play the game, or the 2.0 of the greatest player to play the game, like Kobe Bryant. You know, and once again, you know, it was little fanfare and everything else. So basically, Kwame Brown plays 12 seasons, gets to play 12 seasons in the NBA with a career average of 9 points and 6 rebounds.
Right.
You know, a 12-year career.
That's
9 points, 6 rebounds. You know, now
I got something to say about it, but go ahead.
Get that?
Y'all go ahead.
All right. No, let's talk about it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with this right here. Kwame Brown, drafted out of high school, 17, 18 years old.
18.
You're drafted, you're the number 1 draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start right there. I'm gonna do it like a scripture. Stop reading. The reality is this. Everybody dreams on being the number 1 draft pick.
Of course.
I say this to Kwame Brown. You ain't got nothing to be mad about. My brother, you are the only pick out of high school to be drafted number 1. That's an award right there for me. I'm going to start right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand there is no player at the age of 17 that could deal with Jordan being who Jordan is.
Right.
Out of 17. I'm sorry. And I think that he was a kid. And if he would have been with a person like a Chris Paul, maybe somebody that knew where he was, you know, versus saying, you're my competition. Because I remember when he got drafted. Jordan basically said, but you can't beat me.
Right.
You know, this is he's the fastest kid. Everybody's talking about how he's one of the best athletes, but he's still 17 years old, and I'm sure he don't know the game like no Jordan.
Right.
He don't know half of the shit. And most players know. That's what I told somebody today. If Tyler Hero is gonna stick Chris Middleton, he is in trouble. You don't know the game good enough yet. Right. So I feel like this: the man has accomplished what most of them can't. I look at it like I love Steven Jackson as a player, but I feel like this: if y'all was any kind of friends, you was supposed to do like Cam Newton did.
Well, let's get to that. I'm gonna get to that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I want to set that up. I want to set that up for you. You know. Now I understand what you're saying, but 2 years later, there's a 3 that comes out of high school, you know, out of what it was at Ohio, Akron, Ohio, by the name of LeBron James, and he's gonna go down as arguably the greatest player to ever play the game.
Good. You know what? I love the way you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Now the reality is, LeBron came into the league without a Michael Jordan being over him.
Yeah, you're right.
You got a point.
Mm-hmm.
If Michael Jordan would have been over him, he would have brutalized him the same way. He would have took his confidence to. Gilbert Arenas said this: his confidence was taken by Jordan. So when he got there, he had no confidence. Yeah. He saw what they saw in his ability. He said, but he had no confidence because of Jordan was pulling on every. You know what? The one person who has not said anything yet needs to say something.
It's Jordan.
Hamilton was on that team.
Yeah.
That boy drove him to no end. A 17-year-old kid, that's almost like Lonzo Ball daddy did him. You running careers. I feel like he really never got a good chance.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned Ball, the Ball family.
Right.
You know, the Ball patriarch. Because matter of fact, let me stay on point right here. Because what I wanted to talk about in the front was his career.
Right. And
basically, like I said, but yeah, you're right. LeBron James didn't have a Michael Jordan, a Michael Jordan pressure.
And
a Michael Jordan pressure.
Because first thing he said, LeBron don't play defense. LeBron don't do this. LeBron. Michael Jordan had something to say. So just imagine if he was on do you see how Jordan tormented people?
Yeah, I know.
Man, a 17-year-old kid can't handle that torment.
You know what it is?
Man.
I think he was excited to find I'm about to play with my idol, and then he realized
like a father figure, and it was a total disappointment.
Right. That's why never meet your heroes, right?
Right. And I know that's how it is with a lot of sports because when you, my friend played Keon Doolin, he don't mind me saying this. I know for a fact that he said if he scored more than a superstar, they ain't talk to him no more.
Right. Of course.
So
but here's the thing. I by no means did anybody expect him to put up the numbers that Jordan put up. That was not the expectation. The expectation was here's a 7-foot guy who is a traditional 5. Who's a traditional 5 and who has the speed and agility of a 2.
Wait,
2-3.
said he was an Anthony Davis style player.
Yeah, he was.
So that don't take you to tradition. Traditional 5 is Bill Conrad.
Well, no, like in the sense that he still played like a 5.
Oh, right. Well, you say that's
he played like a 5.
That's another point that I'm making. Was he a 5?
I think he was a 5.
Davis is not a 5. Anthony Davis is a 4.
Yeah.
And I looked at his career like maybe he should have been put as a 4.
Maybe, but he wouldn't be Anthony Davis. But that's just me. That's another thing for another discussion as to Anthony Davis's role and
I just feel as though Steven Jackson, I look at it like everybody gonna have a flaw in their game. I feel like that the whole thing with him talking about Charles Oakley made him cry, the man told the truth. He said, you was the one crying on the bus when Charles Oakley came back down. Charles Oakley tried to fight with everybody, but I'm imagining you being a 17-year-old kid, the pressure of Charles Oakley is going to bully everybody he played with.
He's bullied everybody his entire
You know
career.
what I'm saying? So I feel
Even
like
Michael Jordan.
Exactly. So I feel like Steven Jackson, for him to even bring that up, I felt like that was a bad move on his part to say that you know this dude and you know what happened with you in that situation. So I feel like the backlash. I'm not even mad at Kwame. I mean, what's his name here? Kwame Brown.
Yeah,
saying it right.
Yeah.
I'm making sure, because what I'm saying is I'm not mad at him for standing up for himself, because they misunderstanding that was a 17-year-old kid and he was quiet and he did what he was supposed to do the best he could do it.
Right.
But now he a grown man.
Right.
And now you
Engaging
calling
with
this
a
man
grown
out for no reason. This man ain't did nothing to you. So guess what? He gonna say, hey. So now you not thinking about when you eating that cucumber sandwich at the NBA meeting, this dude gonna be standing next to you and he might check you. I said, you set yourself up. I felt like it was bad on Steven to say that it could have been handled another way. You shouldn't even, I felt like he did get paid. They needed to find somebody to talk about. And I feel as though that Kwame did nothing.
But here's my thing about it.
You ain't talking about.
But here's my thing about that. My thing about that is this. At the end of the day, this is still capitalism.
Right.
And that's a lesson that, Kwame Brown need to learn. With great fortune comes even greater responsibility.
Right.
But what
responsibility he got going outside getting in his boat going fishing? The man is living. He played how many seasons?
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. But I'm just like 12 seasons. He played 12 seasons.
That man got a
no,
pension.
I'm not even talking about now. I'm talking about when as a player. It's
when
like
he was 17. I can't credit that.
Man, like I said, I'm gonna say this one more again. Now you can't tell me that nobody was able to get to him at 17. Nobody was able to get to him at 18.
Right.
My thing is not. All I'm saying is this. Here's the real reason why I say it. In capitalism, no matter what you do, there was a responsibility that comes with the money that you make. Right?
But at 17, do we know that?
We don't care. That's irrelevant.
That's just like a rapper. Bobby Brown said the dumbest thing he ever did was spend $6 million in one day. When you say a fool in his money, I mean, he's a kid.
Right.
His family probably took half that money.
But let me ask you,
the money ain't an issue.
But my thing is,
he got money.
Why nobody never sit up there and put him on game? Like, look, this is how Jordan really get down.
Saying this how Jordan is. I think it was too late.
It was too late. I was about to say
if somebody should just give him a heads up first.
Like Jordan going dog you, clown you. Look at Steve Kerr. If Steve Kerr got to fight you, it's bad.
Right.
It's bad.
Steve Kerr is tough. Steve Kerr said he got a good punch.
It's a rough league.
He
made him tough. It was a rough league. He made him tough. But regardless, you talking about a 17-year-old kid versus Steve Kerr being 24, 25, 26, it's different.
Right.
I get that. Like I said, I get that.
I feel
go ahead.
Kwame, get in the big three and play against Steve Stevens. Stop talking all that noise. Back your game up. Play against him.
Hold on. Steve is more than a willing participant of that shit.
I know, but that's the only way right here. What I'm saying is stop all that talking and get on the court and play against him. If you say he trash, but here's the thing. Play him now.
Now here's the part of that problem.
In the big three, Q, put that together and put me on that show.
But part of the problem is that now he's trying to appeal to the other people who were just like, well, there's a lot of people that just don't know what the inner workings of this all is. I was like, well, look, hold on. I don't give a fuck what your inner workings is. Nigga, I done paid $100 a game
to see you.
To come see you and to come see you ball. So the only thing that matters is you balling.
Right. But if he didn't get in the game till the game was over, that really is that's really, like I said, I look at it this. We know it's players that play in the league that don't never really get a chance. There's players gonna get in the league, ain't gonna win no championship. There's players that's gonna be in the league that's not going to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Some players don't get popular until they do. Look at D Brown. He won a dunk contest, then he got a little popular.
Right.
Most players will not, and they could be great players, but you got players that shadow them that they will actually never get a chance to show what they're good at.
Yeah.
I feel as though he never really got a good chance because there was a shadow of him being the #1 draft pick. There's a shadow of him being with Jordan and it not panning out. Right. But at the same time, Jordan didn't even want the boy. So it was like it's all
Well,
against,
that's what
against
Kwame
the
said.
capitalism that you speak
right.
of.
That's
Right.
what Kwame said. It's like I'm
I feel
inclined
like
to
you picked
believe.
him for
I'm inclined to
capitalism.
believe. I'm inclined to believe 90% of what he's saying. But it's kind of like for me to just sit up there and say, well, he said that.
That he
Jordan
wanted
wanted
Elton
Brand.
I mean, but if you think about we're not experts in basketball, but let's just say if it was Kwame Brown, 17 years old, he's the pick, and you got Elton, who you picking?
But Elton Brand wasn't even doing like Elton Brand
But Elton
wasn't.
Brand was still a top player coming from Duke.
Yeah.
So I mean, you had to be a fool not to pick a player that's groomed a little bit more that's been playing ball versus a player that just been playing with kids.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a kid.
Like
he
I
ain't
said,
been coached.
But like
he
I
don't
said,
know what a 2-3 is. He might not know. I'm not sitting up here saying what I'm saying is the maturity in the game. I can't put that on.
But
that
can you
man.
say the same thing about?
Well,
But can you say the same thing about LeBron James?
I can say that about LeBron James. LeBron come in with the worst team in history without a Jordan
And carried him on his back.
But you act like they won
Carried him
something
on
when
his
he first got there.
Don't matter. That's irrelevant.
Let me tell
That's
you.
irrelevant. No, and this
He did him like Peter.
But let me tell
He denied him. And he left and went to Miami. Now, I don't care what you say.
But he's the prodigal son.
Yeah, not after you come back. Now you right. He brought his son. He come back and win. But he keep leaving and coming back. That's the problem I got with you, LeBron. You can't stay nowhere. You ain't no loyalty nowhere. Is loyalty is one of the definitions?
No, well, I got a thing about that, so we can make that the next subject once we finish with this.
I'm not a fan of you, Ric Flair. Woo! You're a Ric Flair. All that fake stuff you do on the court. LeBron James, you need to stop that, man.
Oh,
Play
man.
real ball, man. Stop all that crying and act like,
man.
I really can't see. Boy, you looked at that thing with bifocals on and shot that thing perfect. I can't see. Boy, you remind me so much of Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. Ted DiBiase. You remind me of wrestling back in the day, man. You like, oh,
Macho
my,
Man Randy Savage.
you boy, yeah. So yeah, man, I look at it like that's a little different. I'm not saying LeBron ain't the best player. I'm not saying he ain't what he, what I'm saying is he didn't have Jordan over him.
But
And to this day, guess what? LeBron still got that monkey on his back.
yeah,
And you can say you saying that argument.
He say he
but
chasing the
monkey
ghost.
on his
he chasing the ghost.
You chasing the best player ever. That might
Right.
make him wake up in the middle of the night. Because Jordan say this in his sleep. You'll never be me.
Yeah,
That shit will make you chase a ghost.
and then, but
So now he
But
run
here's
chasing
the
just to
difference.
catch up with the man that
But here's the
told him straight
difference.
up.
And then here's the difference, though. Us being in the capitalist society that we're in, and the NBA being a capitalist sport,
Right.
they got more than their money's worth with LeBron James.
Over Jordan?
No, he's talking about in general.
I'm
Oh,
just
you
talking about
saying-
in general.
Yeah,
You saying that
When we
he's
pick
money
somebody first overall, the only thing that the fans are looking for is your money, is their money's worth. Come in, do something.
If you gonna
Give me,
mention,
if we gonna be a losing team, make this shit look gracious. Make
if
the
you
losing
gonna
look gracious.
entertain,
let's
fuck
just
Yeah,
say that-
entertain me, man.
But let's go with the fact that they lost when he first got there.
Yeah,
Magic Johnson won his rookie year.
of course.
But look
But
who he was
who
playing
I about to
with.
say? Look who he was playing with.
Right.
They had an all-out nigga squad.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So it's what I'm saying. It's about position. It's about who I put you with. If I put you on a team with cornbread and
Cornbread
them,
Mac and me.
you might can't win. I put you on a team
Cornbread
with
Earl.
cornbread.
Earl, I
Yeah,
mean.
that's what I'm saying. Man, everybody not gonna win when you put people with certain players, man. I just feel like it's about chemistry. So
No, I do
I'm
feel
not
that. No.
saying
I'm not.
Dr. J played
Yeah.
his career and should have won more, but you put him on a team that had to build, and they ain't win until Moses Malone got there.
Right.
But this man is arguably the best player, but we would never be able to say that because he ain't got the chip.
But he was well worth the price of admission.
He was well worth the price of admission. But when we saying this, when we talking about Kwame, we're not looking for Kwame to be the best player.
No,
Why?
not at all.
Right.
Because Michael Jordan was there.
Yeah,
So who I was paying to come see?
you was coming to see both. No, you was coming to see both.
No, I wasn't.
No, because
the same
you
reason.
can come see them. No,
Hold on.
people
Good
were
question.
willing to come
That's a
see
good
Jordan. Hold on.
question.
Hey.
Yeah, people will come willing to come see Jordan. We know this for a fact. we already know that he was already established as arguably the greatest player to ever play the game. But they wanted to see Jordan, the old fogey now, you know, who's still arguably the greatest player in the game,
55
with this
his
new
first game.
17-year-old
That didn't even play.
youngin, because they wanted to see him develop. They wanted that narrative. That's the narrative that they wanted.
The reality is this. That's a good point you making. Right here it is right here, the Hornet. When they, it was the Hornet. Yeah, the Hornets. When they first came here, didn't nobody go to see the Hornets.
No,
we went to see everybody they played.
Right.
You know why? When Allen Iverson came here, all the women came with their tight dresses on, everything, because they wanted to see Allen.
But
everybody came to see
Allen.
Right.
Allen Iverson was worth the price of admission, and he
The
didn't have the
whole
pressure. And he didn't have the pressure of being the number one pick.
He had the pressure of being the number one pick on his team.
No, but he had to pick a number one team the number one pick in the league.
And that's what made it so easy for him to change the league.
Matter of fact,
He was changing.
But matter of fact, we can even
Jordan.
right, but like I said,
This man
mention
been in jail.
Jordan.
Can you count somebody that's been in jail and got out of jail and play basketball?
Yeah,
You can't. That's different. That's different.
No.
That man is a brawler. That man was like, I don't care about nobody. That man came from out of jail,
Right.
went to college, and then went to the league. That man has vision, purpose. You don't mess with vision and purpose.
Right.
Like I said, I agree with everything that you said. But think about this for a second.
That's why LeBron can't hit no game.
Even though he just did.
That don't count, man. Ric Flair. I'm like Stephen A. Smith. That was absolutely love. When the game on the line is the championship, LeBron gonna pass that ball like he do all the time. But we ain't talking about that right now.
That's another subject altogether. But I say it like this: if it wasn't for Sam Bowie getting picked first,
That when they
do you think that we would have the Michael Jordan that we have today?
we would have had the Jordan we had today, because the thing was this. They said when they drafted Michael Jordan, they said he ain't going to be able to do nothing because they didn't pick a center. It was a center's league. He had something to prove.
Yeah.
So it wasn't about him being picked first. It was about the fact that they said this is a center's league.
Right.
And so he ain't going to be able to do nothing. So he proved everybody that it ain't a center's league.
Well, yeah. No,
And
like I said, you have a point.
Did he not?
But did he not carry that team?
Yes, he did.
And
broke his
was he
leg.
was he not worth the price of admission?
But he playing with a bunch of cokeheads that do garbage.
But the league
He
was full of
said it.
cokeheads, though.
He said,
Come
he
on, man,
said
like
they wasn't used
the
to
whole
winning.
league was full of coke.
They didn't care about winning. They was talking about where they
Yeah.
was going to eat in the middle, where they at the front door line. Hey, where you want to eat that night? Yeah. Yeah, where? Yeah, let's go over there. Yeah, let's go there. He like, huh? We getting our ass whooped. Dog, y'all don't care about the game. They didn't care.
Damn.
You playing with the man that say, I can't lose.
Right.
The hardest working man in basketball. That's
Right.
pressure.
Of course.
That's pressure.
That's which actually goes to another part of the subject about this conversation. You know, Kwame Brown throughout this whole week, you know, this whole thing that's been going on, has been saying, man, y'all don't know what I've been through. Y'all don't know what I'm growing up with. And I'm like, you're right, we don't.
Right.
At the end of the day, though, we don't care. We don't care. You know why? Because that's a great narrative. That's all fine and dandy. But you were the number one pick.
Right.
You got $30 million on your first contract. You got $30 million at your first
being
contract.
the number one pick. Because guess what?
I can't blame him
Let me
either.
tell you why I can't blame him for being the number one pick.
Okay.
Pick me number one. I ain't shit. And I'm going to take the goddamn money. I'm going to take the money. And I ain't going to give a shit about none of y'all. Because at the end of the day, that's not his choice to be the number one pick. They chose him. That's on them. They chose him. I ain't mad at him. Kudos for the number one pick. It's a lot of people get the number one
but
pick
see, that's the
that
thing.
don't do nothing.
But what my point is that it's like, look, what your life has been is a great narrative. It makes for a great story. You know, you came
It's a
out from
movie.
the nothing. Yeah, it's a
And it
straight
ain't
up
over
movie.
with yet, because I want you
It's
to
a
play the
Disney
big
movie.
three, and I want you to dunk on Steven for talking bad
It's a
about
most
you.
TV movie. You hear me?
You got Matt Barnes talking about. Matt Barnes can't talk about nobody. You just
Right.
look
Okay.
up and play on good teams.
Okay, so
And you ain't
let
won
me,
no championship.
So let me give you the history about that, so we jump into that. So basically, what happened about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson's podcast, All the Smoke, they had Gilbert Arenas as a guest, and Kwame Brown came up in conversation And you know, of course, you know the usual joking manner about him being a bust comes into play, and Gilbert Arenas tries his best to
make it
Yeah,
make it a little better
yeah,
than what
to
it was.
give it
he
the
gonna give
context
his
that he
little
needed.
thing about him, but
Right.
he gonna make
give it the context that he needed. So Kwame Brown decides to get online and make rebuttals, and you know it got a little personal. And so, but he went in on them all of them. So Matt Barnes comes back and was like, you know, uh, like oh, let's debate. Come on the podcast, you know,
Right.
and you know, let's just chop it up.
Right.
You know, if you feel some type of way, if you feel hurt or you feel somewhat played, we can get in we can throw the Dukes first if you want to. That's up to you. You know, so like that type of thing. So Matt Barnes, I was like Matt Barnes is just on the wrong page. You know, at that
definitely
moment.
on the wrong page and say what happened to him.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fight the man that you need to be fighting.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, you know,
be 100.
Kwame went into that in his
I
video.
don't think
so
he
I was
want to
like,
fight Matt Bond. I mean, Matt Bond don't want to fight Kwame. I mean, you talking, bro. You don't want to do that, bro.
you know, so like, you know, but so he
And
goes.
you see
in.
how Steve ain't said that. You see, he came out and said, "Hey, man, we don't want none of that, man." And then I think it's just a mistake. I say play.
I think it's
I
just
say
a
play
lot of
ball.
misdirect
We talking
energy.
about basketball, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get on the court. Let's play.
It's like
And for me,
misdirect energy.
Let's
That's
play.
all it
Right.
is.
Yeah.
and for
Let's
me,
play
that's
ball.
what it was. You know, it's because kind of like what the snowball that happened that ensued because of it was that Kwame starts going off on everybody.
Oh, he went
All the
slap
people
off
that-
because this man is literally fishing outside,
Right.
minding his business, and his name comes up.
Right. You know, so, but because, you know why his name comes up? His name comes up because at first he responded.
Well, but that was after his name came up.
He responded till the name came up on one podcast.
And now all of them followed
players. Not yet, but because it's the topic of all the morning shows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, so he goes after Stephen A. He
he
goes
went
after
at Nicholas,
Shannon.
girl, whatever
Right,
her name
Jamel
is.
Hill. You know, like Jamel
Jamel Hill,
Yeah.
Nicholas, he went up
Yeah,
pretty much
I
everybody
didn't
that
know
talked
what-
about
I
it,
was talking
except for
about it.
Jalen Rose, because Jalen Rose was the only one kept it 100.
But you know, but that was another thing that I had because it's like
What Jalen Rose said.
Jalen Rose was like, he knew he played with Jordan. You can't expect them kind of results from a 17-year-old kid. When if you knew how Jordan was,
Right.
this coming from the aspect of somebody that played against Jordan,
Right.
that know how he actually is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's a competitor with his own teammate.
right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That man is vicious. You know, that's why he the best player. You know what I mean?
Well, and at the end of the
You
day,
got to be
that's what
cutthroat.
that is though.
Right.
I'd rather have that than that Ric Flair stuff, though.
13 times.
Look, he had just like Ric Flair. You see when he get that powder, he said, I said, boy, that boy's the Black Ric Flair. Y'all playing, boy. That boy name is LeBron Ric Flair James. That's your name. LeBron Ric Flair James.
You know, so
You
I
gonna
mean,
be in wrestling. Watch when he finish, he gonna do wrestling a little bit.
Yeah, so basically what ensued after was Charlemagne the guy, because it was a topic on the Breakfast Club, in the Rubin Report, and you know, he just kind of like, man, look, y'all
And
leave
now
this
he
man
started
alone.
putting out personal business. And
Yeah.
then that's
Yeah.
when everybody got quiet.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he started saying y'all messing with prostitutes. When I
Yeah.
got a truck,
Well-
you ain't got a truck like I got. See, when you know, that's the bad part about social media.
You start putting niggas demons out there.
When
dog.
you say something about somebody, you better make sure
Your shit clean.
your shit clean. Cause now that's when you want to say, hey, now hold on, my bad, bro. Cause see now,
Well, here's
you
the thing, though.
lining up the ducks.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, with Steven Jackson, his reply to that was, bruh, all this stuff is already out there. I already put it out there.
Right.
You know, I already have, bruh, you already know my demons. How you
He
gonna
said
say I
you
paid?
was crying. You was the one that was crying. And when you said something, you got quiet when Charles Barkley came in. Like little kids.
I just, you know.
I feel like what every player's known for. This is what the most important thing is when your legacy is not done yet. But let's go down the line. So let's just pick a name. Gilbert Arenas. What he known for?
Skip to Malou, huh?
Gilbert Arenas?
No, that's what's your boy name?
What he's known
He was
for.
on the Wizards,
What
though,
I'm
huh?
saying,
He was on the Raptors,
Skip
my
my
bad.
Luke played for the Rockets.
Oh.
What I'm saying is this: every player, most of them that's saying something, what we know them for is something negative.
Mhm.
Gilbert Arenas want to pull a gun out,
Go ahead.
got to hand it out. So Matt Barnes, what he known for? Scandal.
Gangs.
That's all we know him for.
Right.
Right? Let's go down the line. Steven Jackson. We know
Love.
you for knocking out that boy in that Detroit game.
Right.
And now we love you for that because we like, oh, he a thug.
Right.
He from Beaumont, Texas.
He's an
he
enforcer.
a thug.
He's an enforcer.
And he a blood
He's the
city.
remnant.
He
He's
was
the
the one
remnant.
that
He's
was-
the remnant of Charles Oakley.
Exactly.
Right.
And he was the one that said, man, Pop really didn't like me because here it is, I ain't miss a three-pointer, but you going to take me out the game and we lose.
Right.
I respect him for being real and being
Right.
like one of them type players. So everybody's going to have something they know him for. So we're going to look at Kwame, and we know he was the first-round draft pick, 17-year-old, and he was a bust. That's how they going to look at it. I tell the man this, man, look, be happy for being the number one pick and getting the money.
Right. Nobody can take that from you.
Nobody can take that away from you, bro. And if you want to play in this big three and prove to them, I said this is it right here.
You know, at the same time,
Because I believe he still got it. Because he started when he was 17. How old he is now?
37.
He still can play. The big three got a bunch.
I still think it's a
Eric
moral,
Snow can't come back.
I still think it's a
but you
moral
can come back.
consolation prize, bro. You know, it's like because the main thing that people always talked about was his game. No matter what happened as a result of the game,
The man
that's just, you know,
play on a good team.
neither did LeBron, but
You put
LeBron
me-
was the price of admission. That's all I'm gonna say.
Huh?
Neither did LeBron.
At the age of 17,
At the age of
nobody
17.
can handle Michael Jordan. At the
Yeah.
age of 17, even LeBron couldn't. Now we talking about the person that be passed the ball in a minute for the last shot. Now you think he can handle being on the team with Jordan at 17? With
Yeah, you know
Jordan?
why? Because he
Well,
passed it to Jordan for the last second shot.
Jordan would have been like, boy,
This dude's stupid.
Jordan just would have competed with it just like he made B.J. Armstrong put down a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Come, let's go to the park. And this man was man, he was.
But it shows you
Ruthless.
how
Maniac.
you got to step to the dark side to be great.
Yeah, but at 17, Jordan wasn't great at 17.
Right.
No.
He ain't made the baseball team one year in high school.
Yeah, in high school, yeah.
It's an accomplishment to me to do something like that, bro.
But like I said,
No,
somebody should.
Because
pull
you know
him
why
to
I'm
the
saying
side.
that? You know why I'm saying that, right?
Right.
Technically speaking, y'all got the best street baller ever to play the game sitting right here with y'all. That's me. I don't care what nobody says.
I thought you said it's Lamar yet.
That's my cousin. What I'm saying is where I was, but they hated on me so much. So much they didn't want me out there.
Right.
When they say, when I came out there one day, I'll never get it. Boy say, well, don't come out here. Oh, Lord, here it come. Don't come out here. I said, I know you scared. I know you scared. I went out there, they wouldn't even pay me the ball. I had to steal the ball from my own teammate. Man, give me the ball. I had to steal the ball. That's the kind of stuff I had to do. So I know what Kwame went through. Because I used to always say, I'm the only player that's probably going to get the league and beat Jordan. I used to say that. I'm probably the only one. I'm probably going to be the only player.
Give it up for
I am the only player that's going to come here and probably beat Jordan. I felt that in my spirit. And so then when I got the little stand, you know.
Now hold up. For all these years, you've been fussing about your boy. Your boy talking about he the greatest player that ever played the game.
Who?
And you talking about you the player that been. Was that Lamar Monye?
Lamar, yeah, that's my cousin. Lamar Monday is a great player. I played against Lamar Monday. That's what made me great. That's what made me great. Me and Lamar used to go at it.
It's in the family, huh?
It's in the family. We used to go at it. And I just sit up here and say it. But my chance wasn't going to be there because they rather was scared. Oh, don't let him go. We don't give him a shot. Don't pass him the ball. Don't pass it to him. Don't pass it to him. Don't pass. You know what? I got to steal the ball from my own teammate. My own damn teammate. I got to steal the ball. I got the prettiest jumper. Drew, you saw me jump. Tell him.
Don't let me pull out the video, boy.
That's false. I'm like Kwame, nah.
Realtors, do you need some special aerial photography or video footage? Or maybe you need some stock footage of the city for your presentation? Or maybe a beautiful shot of a landmark just to hang on your wall? Well, time for you to check out DM NOLA Shots. They are a drone photography and videography company established in New Orleans who specialize in capturing aerial 4K video and photo. Check out the website at www.dmnolashotsllc.com or follow us on social media at DM Nola Shots on Instagram and Facebook. DM Nola Shots.
But I understand where the man
Boy, you
coming
know.
from, because you put certain people, you know what I'm saying, on certain teams, that kind of stuff happen, man. You know what I'm saying? That's
But-
just like
and I'm not taking away from that.
You know what I really thought about that Jimmy Graham. I know this is a crazy switch, but Jimmy Graham looked like an all-star tight end with the Saints.
With the Saints.
Put that nigga
Looking like
on
aqua
any
trash,
other
whatever,
team.
every last one of them.
The boy can't do shit.
Boy, he didn't want to block.
But you go back to this though. Drew molded him
Right.
to be what he was.
Yeah.
But no other quarterback took the time out
To do what he
to do
the
what
same
Drew
thing.
did.
Right.
And
but
so his career ain't nothing good but what the same.
on the same, but like I said, but if you want to flip it, Ryan Leaf, who was the first overall pick, quarterback, supposed to be the quarterback of the future,
Right.
of how all quarterbacks are going to be looked at and judged. And by all football standards, he was a bust. By all football standards. Didn't, nah.
I think we put too much pressure on these dudes coming in, man. It take a
Right.
year or two, man.
Well, here's the thing, but that's
take
what
a year or two.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, the reality about that is, you know why? Like I said, once again, you know why the pressure is not on them the way it was on somebody like Kwame Brown or Ryan Leaf or Ricky Williams or whomever, is mainly because they weren't number one.
Now look,
Steph Curry became Steph Curry because
Right.
he wasn't drafted number one.
But he was drafted high.
He was drafted high, but he wasn't number one. Because how many of us can remember number two?
He went to Golden State. He was drafted high.
Like I said, how many of us can remember number two if they don't pan out?
I feel like this. Now you making a good point. But we can talk about our own player right here, Zion.
Yeah.
Now Zion put up numbers. But
Zion
being one of
is
the best
the
players
price
ever played
of
the game.
admission. But he doesn't have to be. That's what I'm telling you.
No, I ain't
Kwame
saying
Brown
that.
didn't have.
He the best
Kwame
player on
Brown
that
didn't
team.
have to be because he was already playing with the greatest player that ever played the game.
Right. He was playing with the best, but he wasn't even set up to play, is what I'm saying. Is when you got a Jordan, especially at that time, Jordan had to prove something to himself.
Right.
That he could still play the game. His first game, he put up 55.
Right.
So that means he did how many passes, Drew?
None. Hardly none.
None whatsoever. That's
None.
just like I'm saying. So if I was on the team with Jordan and I'm a 26 and we call the timeout, I'm going to say, nigga. Hey, I'm wide open. One thing I love about wide receivers, you have to be selfish.
Right.
If you're not selfish, you will never get the ball.
never get the ball.
I never forget this. We would score touchdowns, touchdown. It'll always be that every wide receiver come over and say this here. Man, I was wide open. I don't give a damn. We did score.
Right.
I was wide open, and you ain't throw me the ball.
I didn't score.
One goddamn time.
I didn't score.
Right.
The whole game. And so I feel like this. When you, a 17-year-old that's playing with Jordan, don't have that mentality.
Right.
But a Shaq with Kobe, the reason why they fussed, Shaq had that mentality.
Yeah. Give me the ball.
Stop all that. Give me the ball. So they went at it. You know what I'm saying? So I look like Kwame wasn't there.
We good. Me and Kobe, we good. But
You know what I mean? What Jordan said when he had to pass that ball to Paxson, he said, "You better be ready,"
Right.
because he did not want to pass that
Yeah,
ball.
he didn't want to pass that ball.
pass it. So he was like, "You better be ready. You better be ready when I pass it to you, because I ain't want to pass it."
Yeah.
So I'd have been like me, "Well, pass it then, nigga." Shit, I don't give a damn. You ain't did that shit all year. It's new to you, huh?
Yeah.
See, he don't have that mentality. Though.
Right.
You
You're
know
right.
who to do that with. That's just like marching in the band and you're a crab. I don't care what nobody say. When stuff happens to these people bad, it's because it's that person. It's
Right.
not everybody.
No, it's not.
Somebody gonna slap you back.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna tell you, hell no, I ain't giving you no $3 no nachos. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Get on, nigga.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody don't have the mentality.
Of course.
And clearly, Kwame at 17 did not have the mentality for Jordan. When Horace Grant was like, I'm about to break this dude's legs. He getting on my nerves so bad. So
Yeah.
imagine, this is a grown man.
Right.
But that guy, at the same time, iron sharpens iron. Kwame didn't come in with the iron mentality. We just knew that.
Kid.
Kid.
Kid, right.
That kid.
He's a kid. I give you that. He's a kid.
All right,
But I didn't expect much anyway. No, I'm just saying, at the
Yeah.
age of 17, I just really didn't expect him to come in with Jordan and they was going to be a tandem. And it was going to be just something great to see. I looked at it like, is he going to be all right? I mean, they don't know. It's still the Wizards. Even with Jordan being there, I was like, they still the Wizards.
Right.
Ain't no way in hell y'all gonna be something great.
so fucked up.
Still the Wizards. I don't give a damn who y'all got. It's the Wizards.
Oh, Lord.
I just like, nah, without Drew Brees.
Oh, come on. There you go.
Without Drew Brees, what we got? What we gonna do?
We still got an offense, bro. And
An
we got the
offense
and we
with
got
who?
and we got the quarterback whisperer, bro.
What?
We got the quarterback whisperer.
I didn't say what. Somebody else said what. Like, what the hell do you mean?
Sean
right?
Payton. Sean Payton is the
Sean
quarterback
Payton.
whisperer, bro.
This might be a blessing for him, and might not be, or it might be a curse. Because he ain't coached football in 6 years. so he got the coach now.
Yeah.
Before Drew Brees was coaching his own offense.
But you know what they said? Offense fills the stands, defense wins championships.
And he got a black quarterback. Do he understand black people?
Do you
Sean
understand?
Payton does.
Do you understand the rhythm of the black man?
Thank you. Do you understand our culture enough?
Sean
Do you
Payton does.
understand that we got to eat string beans with meat in it?
Sean Payton does. Drew Brees,
Do
he need to work on
understand
it.
that? Do he understand we like a little potatoes in the string beans? Do he understand that?
But we already knew he wasn't gonna make the potato salad, bro. We already know this.
That he understand that we don't want raisins in our potato salad and we don't want relish in our potato salad. Do he understand that as Sean Payton? Do you understand that?
Oh shit.
Do you understand that, Sean Payton? Do you understand that? See, that's the thing that I say we had to bridge the gap between white and black. You got to be able to understand some things. I understand that you like to put the cat everywhere. But see, when I see the cat, I don't want to eat from your house. Because you got the cat everywhere. And I'm going to keep that 100. If I see the cat just go everywhere, I don't eat at your house. That's white or black. And I'm not trying to be, I'm just keeping it 100.
Oh Lord.
The cat can't be everywhere. That's just real. The cat can't be everywhere. I don't want you to. If I go to your house, roast beef, and you got that cat, Ryan, and I know the cat didn't lick the fork. He didn't lick some stuff in there.
Kind of big. He has a big cat.
They got the tail, and when he done rubbed that tail up against the display. I don't want that.
Oh man.
I don't want it. So that's what I'm saying. Do he understand the culture of us? When we with that.
Understand how we move.
Now you got a black quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you understand? This Willie Beamer right here. Y'all
Yeah.
got Willie Beamer.
Uh-huh.
Y'all ain't got Warren Moon. Y'all got Willie Beamer.
No, hold on. Willie Beeman wasn't, one of the greatest, or the one. He didn't become a real great quarterback until he was under, whatchamacallit?
Your boy.
For your guy.
But
And
he wasn't the quarterback.
and
They said it made him play cornerback when he first got in the league.
Yeah, because he had good, quick feet.
Right.
No, but like the quarterback the job that he took over, he was more of a leader in the movie. He was more of a leader, and Willie Beeman said, "I learned more in one half than my entire career from him,
From
and
the
how
coach.
he leads the team. No, from the starting quarterback. Yeah,
From the other quarterback.
he said I learned more than that.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
sure.
that's the situation.
I'm sure that he learned a lot from Drew Brees. But we got to understand this. Drew Brees was hurt half of the season.
Yeah,
And did you lose confidence in him by letting the other white boy play?
well, no, and here's why. I believe he knew about his contract, before the season started. Because when Taysom Hill signed that contract, the contract stated that he was going to be the backup quarterback. Like it guaranteed him the backup position.
And
for
they
that- for the
paid
year.
old boy so much money. I
Right.
understand that, but he was a bust. Now he was a bust.
Whatever he was, that's irrelevant. If I'm, and I already know that job is already taken right now because of the contract.
Right.
I'm good. I'm gonna sit on this money and I'm gonna learn from probably arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played the game.
But he ain't there.
Yeah. So now he got the reins. This shit is wide open. It's not for Taysom Hill anymore.
I understand that. It's wide open. But I'm saying is you got to understand that this is gonna be a task for Sean to coach. He's coaching the culture.
Yeah. It's always a task for him though.
This is a task. This ain't see, you can eat cucumber sandwiches with Drew.
Right.
Okay? Y'all can sit there and do what y'all do. I'm pretty sure y'all
Hey, you see how that man cook red beans? That man cook red beans, man. What you
Wait,
Drew
my
Brees.
son?
No, Drew Brees.
Drew cooked that
On the
shit.
skillet. He cooked
On
it
the skillet,
on the
man.
skillet.
In a skillet.
Yeah,
I saw that in a skillet. I don't want your red beans.
Hold on. If a man that could cook red beans in the skillet can lead a team, so somebody who's soul food. I'm just saying.
Man, relax, Drew.
It was a good try.
Relax.
It was a good try.
That was a good one.
But
bro.
it was like,
goofy motherfucker
Hold
like
on.
Drew Brees, who cooks red beans in the skillet, can lead his team to victory.
Yeah.
Drew,
All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
you had the jambalaya we had yesterday. Nah, let's just go off theory alone. When
Well,
you
the
look
jambalaya
at it,
was
you
a
know
little
it
wet.
right.
The jambalaya was a little wet.
It was soupy.
It was a little wet. You
But
know
wait,
what I'm
when
saying?
you looked at it, it wasn't right. When you looked at it, you ain't had to eat it.
It's a little dark. It was a little dark.
Nah,
and it was a little wet.
It was right.
Yeah. Pause.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, understanding the culture, this man is gonna be your leader. So you have to be able to communicate and understand him a whole lot more than you did when you dealt with Drew.
Of course.
Being from your culture.
Of course. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
This quarterback.
I just think that
I ain't talking about the running
Yeah, no,
back,
no,
and
no,
I
I'm
ain't
talking
talking
about
about
the running.
I'm just saying, now you
But-
got to go to this man's house
one thing
and get the
but-
smoke sausage sandwich.
No, as long as you got the patent hot sausages, you can't really go wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
You can't
well,
fuck that up. You
you can't fuck up a patent hot sausage.
Hey, you
That's
fuck
what-
up a patent
It's
hot
already
sausage,
there.
you
It's already
stupid.
done.
It's over with.
I like Winston as a quarterback.
But that's what I'm saying. Look
I
at
like
his.
Winston as a
But looking
quarterback.
at his pedigree already, he's
He's
already there with the little more attributes.
He want to win. He
Yeah.
got more than what
Any-
Drew gonna have.
Any quarterback to
He
me,
can run.
yeah, of course. So
What
that's
black
what I'm saying.
man-
Any
what
quarterback
black
to
man
me,
can't run.
Right.
any quarterback to me that can throw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, that just shows me that you just you are
want it.
Yeah, you want
going
it.
for it.
You a 50-50 thrower.
Yeah.
I mean, if
going for
Aaron
it.
Rodgers didn't have the receiving core that if he had a decent receiving core, his numbers would look better.
But let's just go and keep it 100. If y'all got the chance to get Aaron Rodgers, y'all gonna get Aaron Rodgers. I mean, let's gonna be real.
Pretty much.
And
I mean,
that is racist.
Yo.
And I'm gonna keep it 100. That's racist.
I don't know about that.
But what you mean you don't know y'all ain't gonna get?
I don't
If
know.
y'all had the chance to get Aaron,
Nah.
y'all wouldn't get Aaron.
Nah.
I tell you what, Tua. If we had the chance to get Aaron and trade your ass to Green Bay, you gone, buddy. I don't care about growing. I don't care about winning now. We talked about capitalism
No,
earlier, right? I'm ready to win now because we've been losing too damn long. I'm tired of losing every year.
But if I tell you this,
I'm
if
tired
Tua-
of being disappointed.
If Tua was able to give you a show week in and week out, you wouldn't care if you win, lose, or draw.
Drew, you don't understand.
You wouldn't care.
I want to win.
We all
wanna
want to win. That's
throw
why we
that
play the
shit
game.
in your face.
We play the game to win.
I can't wear the jersey because we ain't had a winning season in almost goddamn 15, 20 years. I can't throw it in your face. We got to win. I don't care if we win some games. We got to win a Super Bowl. It's time.
Oh, Lord.
So if we can get Aaron Rodgers, Tua, tell your mama I like her. She nice. But, buddy, I'm going to have to let you go on out there to Green Bay and get that cold weather. And we're going to take Aaron Rodgers and we're going to the top. That's how I look at life. It's about winning now. It's about the money now. Don't tell me in 30 years I'm going to give you the million. Nigga, I might not be here. I want my money now. I want to win now. I'm like them owners. Let's win now. Tampa Bay has shown us that it don't take
Don't take much.
nothing but peanut butter and jelly and some cocaine, and we can put a team together.
That's the
and
wrong
win.
owner. That's the wrong owner.
I wasn't talking about the owner. I was talking about the quarterback.
Oh, you see, bro?
Hey,
Look, I'm not touching that, bro. I'm not touching that.
that's all right. You ain't got to.
That's
You
your
looked in his
quarterback.
eyes. What I'm saying is, you can win. Tampa Bay has shown us it don't take 5 years to build no team.
Well, here's the difference that I have with Tampa and just what happened. They made the necessary additions to instill a run, a real Super Bowl run. Not only just getting Tom Brady, but like literally giving Antonio Brown a chance.
Whole lot of money. We got a whole lot of money.
Enough from the clowns.
And what's your point, Drew? Because every team got money.
We ain't talking about money. No, I said give Antonio Brown a chance. Not everybody was willing to give him a chance.
But when you see the defense, you see all the attributes that they had.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard to do. Antonio was sitting at home.
Right. And when he was sitting at home, he was sitting at home. What was he doing? What was he doing? Man, look, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm working out. I'm just letting y'all know.
You know what?
And Tom Brady said, you know what?
Right.
I wanted you in New England.
Hold on.
I know you're gonna be the best. Come on down.
Let's talk about Tom. This is what Tom did. Tom went and got leadership. He went and knocked that old boy door and said, let me see if you can catch this pass. And if you catch this pass, we're gonna sign you with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He told, and he put them all in his house. We're gonna leave here. I'm gonna make sure y'all don't fuck up.
Right.
You rehearsed with what?
That
That's
nigga
how
was
you
humble.
win.
That motherfucker was humble. Like
Right.
this.
Like, y'all gonna do this, and after we win this chip, all y'all gonna get paid. Tampa Bay re-signed all their starters.
Yeah, they did.
Seattle Seahawks couldn't do that.
Yeah, you're right.
So my thing is,
Because they didn't have that.
to win.
But they didn't have that.
If we can get Aaron Rodgers, I want our GM to know. Let me be general manager. Look, we gonna get him, and we gonna y'all. Tua is a good quarterback. Y'all go ahead and grow with Tua. We ain't at a stage of growing right now. We didn't change the name of our stadium too many damn times for us not to win shit.
Man, I saw a YouTube video about I think that stadium has changed like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, we got so many names. I don't even know which direction to go in.
It's Joe Robbie.
Joe Robbie, all pro.
Yeah.
That's when you know you ain't shit. You just name it all pro. Can't even get a damn person to sponsor the damn stadium. You got to call the shit all pro. Nobody want this shit. Nobody want the goddamn sponsorship for our ragged ass stadium.
Dog.
What kind of shit is that? All pro stadium. We ain't got none of these motherfuckers playing.
I can't laugh too hard because the Saints about to go through that shit now. Or the Superdome about to go through that shit now.
Oh, they done took the name off, huh? Mercedes let y'all go?
Yeah, because, they want to. They said, the contract is up.
Oh,
And
so they ain't
they're paying more for the Superdome naming rights than in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they out 50,000. So
now New Orleans got to grip it back down.
now what was interesting,
What
was interesting,
The state, huh? The state.
yeah, well, it's the state because of the Louisiana Superdome, yeah. So, but what made it funny is that Pornhub had asked for the naming rights to the Superdome.
Wow.
Hey man, Pornhub blowing up, huh? Let's do it big.
They cutting checks, bro.
Pornhub.
They cutting checks.
The Pornhub Superdome. That shit would be so funny.
That should be hilarious.
It's gonna turn into something else because this season y'all gonna have a rough season anyway.
Like I said, I don't think we have a rough season.
Y'all gonna be around here singing, I'm coming up on the rough side. Y'all gonna have a rough season this year, buddy.
I don't think so, but
Oh yeah.
ain't gonna be that rough. Ain't gonna be that rough.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get ready. Y'all play us too.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to beat y'all ass.
Okay,
That's why I'm saying we gotta get Aaron Rodgers.
I'm talking all that shit. Like,
And if we lose, we should have beat y'all in one of the mother game with Ricky, but I started celebrating too early. The Lord said, I'm going to punish you for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had called the pastor of the church.
He was on the road, huh?
And was like going in on the poor man. He had just got through preaching. Yeah, I told you he was going to get in that ass. Didn't I tell you? Let me know we losing. So it's just like, I can't wait to beat y'all this year, man. That's going to be like so much for me because I get to call you, Sam, Mill, gutter. I get to punish that dude.
All I'm gonna say
He
is,
hit me up yesterday about Chris Paul, sending me text. Now the series just started.
yeah.
Now I told him, now if y'all get y'all ass beat, you gonna text me that too?
Well, I already knew that. Like, if the person who's gonna watch is Devin Booker. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's
Devin
me.
Booker is the player that they don't have an answer for.
Right. That's it. So, but like, yeah, mark my words. Jameis Winston, MVP conversation.
Next year?
Yeah. Next season.
Drew. Drew.
What? This ain't nothing but regular
this is-
sauce. This ain't nothing but regular cold drink.
It got to be the cocaine in the cold.
They don't do that no more. They don't do that no more.
There's no way.
How you gonna say there's no way?
MVP.
You have a
conversation?
hold on. You have an all pro. You have an all pro line.
Who won MVP last year?
Huh?
Won MVP last year.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers won MVP.
And Aaron
last
Rodgers
year.
wanted out the team that he got the MVP from.
You literally think who y'all wide
He
receivers
wants
is?
to leave the
Who the wide
team that
receivers
they.
is?
Mm-mm.
He want to lead a team because it's more than what we. You know what I'm saying? There's more to it than that. They not.
I
Putting
mean, we
nothing
know
together
that
for them
already.
To win. That
We
man
know that
want to
already.
win now. And the Miami Dolphins is putting a team together for you, Aaron Rodgers. That you will love our right side and our left side wide receivers. We selected a great line for you. Line, we got a good tackle on this side, a good tackle on this side. We picked a perfect center for you. He's been playing for about 3 years. He has the right weight. He's been doing everything. He's been eating his noodles late at night. And we have this all laid out for you to come win with us now.
Oh Lord, you're something else, bro. That's why I can't fuck with
But
you.
what I'm saying is you don't have that. Who is the wide receiver core for the Saints?
Hasn't
Y'all
Sean
just
Payton
lost.
Hasn't Sean Payton shown you that we don't necessarily need the greatest wide receivers?
That's because you had the greatest quarterback.
Exactly. And now you have the one who really studied under the greatest quarterback. It took a year just to watch him work with 6 cracked ribs and a punctured lung.
Can we think about great quarterbacks and who they studied under?
Mm-hmm.
How many of them do we actually have
What?
that
Studied
studied
under?
under a great quarterback?
There's a couple of them.
Besides Aaron Rodgers.
Steve Young.
Steve Young was on the greatest team.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was under Bledsoe. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Who took them to the playoffs?
Took him to a Super Bowl.
Come on, man.
Did they
Come
not
on.
get?
So-
Hold
so
on.
you mean to tell me- All right,
Did they
go.
not get their head whipped when they got there?
No, they didn't get their ass whooped. They just,
We ain't beat
they
the
just
shit out
lost.
their
They just
ass.
lost. They just lost. They didn't get their ass whooped. Ass whooping is 40-3. That
That's fair. I give you
That-
43, but we changed that when we start playing Madden. Now, ass whooping is what? When I'm
21
years. So that is
21
technically
nothing.
when we
21
changed
nothing.
that.
Get off the game.
Change the game. And that's the black community that changed that, by the way. I want everybody to understand that. We start saying our 21, you get up.
Yeah,
If I put 20 up and then you score, then we keep playing. But if I put that 21 on you and you don't score, you out of there. Get up. We started that. That's the black community. That's my era. That's 2003, 2001,
Just 98.
98, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
It
yeah.
is what it is. Like I said, so you mark my words.
I know what.
Cause and here's the only reason why I say that. This man has had much years in the game.
Mm-hmm.
He put up the numbers necessary to be in the conversation. I'm talking about Jameis Winston. He put up the numbers necessary to be in the conversation.
Oh, what?
MVP.
When?
The last what, 3 seasons before the 30-30 season?
But Drew, he ain't never won the MVP.
No, he ain't never won it.
Heisman?
No, he ain't never won him. And why? And how did he win the Heisman?
Because he was on the best football program.
Right. So he put up the numbers to be a Heisman Trophy winner. I didn't say that he was going to win the MVP. I said he's going to be in the conversation.
Who the wide receivers is that's going to help him win it?
Doesn't matter.
Everybody needs somebody to help you win.
Tom Brady was
Tom
up
Brady
for
had-
MVP every year with only one go-to receiver, and that's Gronk.
That's not true. He had that little short white boy. That
Julian Edelman.
He had Edelman. That
He
don't
can run the
drop no
routes.
passes.
He can run the routes.
He quick. He a little slow. I probably could, but he could catch every pass you throw to him, which is very helpful when it comes to MVP.
Was Julian Edelman ever on the radar
Man,
as the elite wide receiver?
Yeah, he made it to the Pro Bowl.
Why?
Because he catch majority of his passes, if not all.
Like
if
I said,
if it hit his hands, he gonna catch it.
but when we go down the list of the elite wide receivers in the league,
Yeah, Brandon Cook 1 year. He had
you talking about he had an unconscious Brandon Cooks.
What you mean unconscious?
He had an unconscious Brandon Cooks.
went to the
that was
Super
after
Bowl.
the first hit. That was at that first concussion. No, that was after that first concussion. Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl and what happened? They lost, right? Then he went to the Rams and when they went to the Super Bowl and went to the Super Bowl again. And what happened?
What I'm trying to get you to understand is he
Brandon
still had
Cooks' only thing was a flyer.
Wait. So you saying that it's Brandon Cook's fault that they lost every Super Bowl?
No, I'm saying Mr. Concussion himself.
You just leaving poor beef out? Beef like, what's going on?
I'm learning. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm not that good. I'm not good
it.
understand sports, but I'm learning something here, bro.
You only talk about sports. We need to talk about this band that's practicing downstairs. Where they gigging at?
Well, all right. Next topic, and because I just wanted to get your opinion on this, Jerry, because I think you're a seasoned enough parent to be able to put some type of perspective on this. I got this from the Honorable Kevin Samuels, Paran, and he made a notion, just to put a perspective out there about one of the main reasons why we have so much of a problem with, just teens, boys in particular, teen black boys, and him saying that women have not been really held accountable for either the mishandling or just miseducation of young black boys, especially, teaching them how to be men. Now, of course, he was met with pushback because some women just like, no, we all know you did the best you could.
No woman gonna defend.
Right.
But it brought about the question, really, the real question that it really brought about was that at what point does a parent let go of the responsibility of their children's success and failures / failures? Because we are, and I think part of that is that, when we often sit up and talk about it's the parent's responsibility,
Right.
To deal with their child, or whatever, at what age or what mature, or is it an age thing or is it a maturity level that, you can stand back and the things that in the moves that your children make,
Right.
or, at some point it stops being your responsibility as a parent and is your, and the child's responsibility.
I look at it like this. My son, he in college in his last year. He about to graduate. I tell people this. I don't spoil my son. It's like this. I need him to see that he got to be responsible for it so he can see what he really needs to do. That gives you more value on doing what you need to do.
Right.
But as it relates to an age thing, it's not an age thing. You know how you know when it's time? When they start acting like they grown.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, so you grown? Oh, you grown, nigga.
Yeah.
Go be grown.
Go be grown.
Right.
So don't come back to daddy talking about the oil light on.
Right.
The check engine light on. No, nigga, just last week.
Right.
You ain't want to take out the garbage.
Right.
You had an attitude.
You just told me.
I work. Nigga, if you work, pay your own damn bill.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's more so when you say, when it get to a point to where they're mature enough, when they say, hey, I'm grown and I want to do this. I think even with me, it was a point that I know I didn't want to take out my daddy garbage no more. I didn't want to be told certain things. So I got my own place.
Right.
I did what I needed to do because I wanted to be in control of my situation.
Right.
And I think it's good when you get that type of parenting
Mm-hmm.
because that does help you walk out the door versus saying, I give you every shoe you want. I give you everything you want, the car you want, everything that's wrong. I give it to you. I give it to you. You know what else you doing? He's still sucking on your breast.
Right.
Yeah.
You letting him, and he ain't going nowhere. That's why you get them grown ass children. Oh, my son's still here. Meet my son.
Yeah.
You know, and I walk out that situation.
I had a situation. I didn't have a situation, but like, I had a friend who, who was talking about his son, who's, like at that time he was 18, 19 years old, and about to get out of high school, and so he's like, man, this motherfucker just he lazy and this, that, and the other. And I said, and then he proceeded to say, you know what, I didn't fail. It's like I feel like I failed as a parent. I said, no. I said, here's the reality. I think what happens with especially children of this generation, and I'm more than sure that all other preceding generations say the same thing about the newest generation, because with every generation there is a what have you, a change, an evolution in society, period.
Right.
So yeah, we played Nintendo and Atari.
But we still went outside.
We still went outside because the Nintendo and Atari can only stay long.
You ain't had no phone with no IG on it with some girls.
Right. Right. We had magazines. We had to go to the store and
I
go
could
buy
just
a magazine.
imagine if we had IG.
I had to get King magazines, dog.
Let me tell you something. If we would have had that, it'd have been more babies. Because we was way more cutthroat than they was.
Right.
They ain't like us. They ain't like we was. I don't even know how we did it without phones, but we did it.
Oh, right.
But they definitely had that damn all this anything that's out now. TikTok, IG, that's all they do all day. If they don't got their phone, don't nothing happen.
I'm sorry.
Okay, my bad. It's just like, and what I told him, I said, well, look, here's the reality. You as a parent were trying to provide every resource possible to kind of ensure that your child wasn't going to be a bum, so to speak. So everything that you're in your power and your being to provide the necessary resources for them to be successful in life, you gave them.
Right.
The thing that they missed was the lesson. I say, so you can't beat yourself up because you didn't teach, they didn't get the lesson. Right. It's not that you didn't teach it. They just didn't get it.
Right.
So that's why I say, it's like, where's the line between you?
I know for me, that in my 20s, while I was still trying to figure out life, I always had one thing that I was always taught as a kid that most kids don't get taught at a young age. They learn older. When they get older, is having accountability. Knowing that you should change the oil in your car. If you don't change the oil in your car, it's going to lock your engine up. Now, that never happened to me, but I just know that certain things in life happened to me. Was like, okay, I should have held myself accountable and did this. I should have
But one thing that you did have, we all had that one friend who didn't listen.
Oh, yeah.
Who didn't listen, and they didn't change the oil.
And then
one
she got
friend.
fucked up.
And they didn't change the oil.
Right.
And you told them to change the
I
oil.
was like, so you gotta change that.
You're going to have 1,000 friends, but still, growth comes from experience.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody say. I
fuck
caught
up so
the
many
bus.
Yeah.
I had raggedy cars. My first car was $400. I ain't had a brake. I used to put a block behind it. But these kids don't come like that.
Right.
I couldn't do that for my son.
That build character.
That
Call comes straight from the lot from them.
That car, he still wrecked.
Yeah.
And he had it way better than I had. I'll just imagine if he had my raggedy car, he wouldn't be able to do nothing.
But no, it's back in that era, we ain't give a care what nobody says. Like,
we was happy with what we had.
What I got, I'm maneuvering.
They want the big tires and the big rounds out the gate. First thing first. That's just like when I'll never forget when I used to pick my son up and pick him up from St. Aug. Every car was a Mercedes. I said, man, you supposed to be able to grow to get to this.
Right.
Not come out the gate with this. Man, so it's totally different. I do blame the parents in it because you're not teaching value. And then when your kid go through and deal with his first no, you can't handle it.
Right.
Once you say no, that first time, they done had a fit. Oh, you think you was white?
Right.
Let me help you, little brother. Sit your black ass down.
Right.
You black.
Know your race, huh?
You black. We know you're black. We know your mama treated you special. But over here at this university, it's an F.
Right.
So I think that's the problem. When that denial comes, they don't know how to handle it because they never got it at home. So when you get I was taught at home, you got them knows early. Oh no,
Right.
you can't do this, you can't do this. And so you know how to handle it better, not to give up, but keep going. How many people we know go somewhere and they come back home and they say this, man, I ain't like it.
Of course.
You know why?
Right.
Because this was the first time they went somewhere and it was actually they had to put in some real work.
Right.
Or they weren't in an environment of like-minded people.
Right. They don't know how to adapt. They don't have no general social skills.
Right. I realized that I had that more than anything else because my parents didn't have enough money, didn't have that type of money.
Right.
You know, they weren't like, you know, but at the same time, they didn't live above their means. And so what it taught me was, all right, son, you got to catch this bus. I'm going to come pick you up from time to time. But you got to know that in order to get from Noka to home, you got to catch this bus. Yeah, you got to catch this bus to this bus to this bus. And you better be home by, you know,
But
6
catching
o'clock.
the bus teach you how to maneuver through the city.
And we want better for our kids, but you still have to be able to say, well, what am I teaching you? Because I need you to, just like my son, I always tell him, complete what you started. Finish what you started. Because it's so many times you get, even when we become adults, we still carry that thing. We start something, don't finish it. I always tell them, man, finish what you started.
Right.
Don't come saying, hey, well, this is such and such. And then that. So you wasted your own money.
So I want to thank y'all for coming once again to partake in some good old barbershop banter. Because this is the reason why I want to do this shit. Because I'm like, man, I like to talk, and I'll talk all day, and you know that's just the way debate all day. That's me. Because I mean, I just, you know what, I love debate just to debate. Because my daddy used to be like that, and so like, you know, you pick up. That's some of them things you pick up.
Right.
And so I just like, man, look, I just like for people to think, and so, you know, like I love this. Like that's why I want to thank my guests. Jared J. Blakk Henderson, Knights of the Caribbean.
Also, God is my everything. Oh
yeah.
Jared J. Blakk. Also,
shout,
remember that God is my everything on
Yes, sir.
iTunes, on all platforms, actually.
Should have bought a Honda.
Yes, sir. I'm a condo. So look out for that. Look out for my stand-up I got coming out real soon. Stand up. You know, my first one.
Yeah.
It's going to be my first one. It's going to be real good, y'all. Y'all look out for it. In front of a real audience. No fake laughs. None of that. We going for the old school.
That's all I like to hear. And my cohort.
I'm just happy to be here. I'm always happy to be around y'all too, man.
Mr. Bros B. Jenkins.
We just got to get him to talk up a little bit. My mama would say, who that other one is talking? The words don't even come on the screen when he says it. That Bros B. Jenkins over there. I said, okay, well, they had to get him another mic or something because he can't understand nothing he's saying over there. I said, that's how he talk, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you
I'm not going to take me a speech class.
that's how he talk.
You know,
This is
the old folks, you know.
This like the Wallace lingo.
Like, who that young boy is?
Yeah, I'm boom howling now.
That's what they at. And don't forget my boy Mike. He's on the angles, the production. You know what I'm saying? It takes some.
Where you from, Mike?
Shreveport.
Shreveport.
Well, Minden Shreveport area.
Okay. That's what's up, man. And so before I forget, I'm gonna be doing the Patreon real soon once again, and you know, so we gonna, you know, and it's great.
But we got some stuff coming up. So
yeah. And so, you know, if you want to, you know, if you feel so kindly, so obliged, you know, sow a seed, as we like to say it. And
The doors of the church are not open.
yes, sir. We
offer. We appreciate the kind opinion, but we'd rather have the kind that moves.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I shot time the Billy Goat. You know, so until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace out.